Professor Robert Faggen, who will be interacting with you all and sharing a little bit about the literature department and the ins and outs of that, and anything that you guys also have questions about. He's happy to take questions towards the end of the session, and then you can feel free to close out and go about your day. But we appreciate you making time in your Monday to come and join us. And with that being said, feel free to take it over, Professor, and enjoy.
Thank you very much. So I'm Robert Faggen, and I've been here at the Literature Department at CMC for several decades. And I'm just going to describe for you a little bit of what the literature major is like. It's a program that emphasizes both breadth and depth. Generally, we study a core two-semester course in surveying major British writers. And that is the backbone out of which we build the rest of the major. Then there are required courses in different areas, American literature, and you have to take a course, an intensive course on a single author. We offer numerous different courses on single authors, from Shakespeare to Dante to Robert Frost to Emily Dickinson. We're constantly increasing the number of single author class offerings. And in addition to that, there are numerous courses in creative writing, both poetry and prose. We have some superb writers on our faculty, most notably Mary Gateskill, an essayist and novelist and short story writer, and also the poet Henri Cole, who offers a poetry colloquium and several courses in basic and advanced poetry writing. So we have a full-fledged, full-bore program, and it's an excellent major that enables you to study both the fine art of writing and cultural history through great works of literature. So that's the basic outline of the major. For the major, for the major, I'm sorry, I just had some background noise. Students go on to all different kinds of fields. I've had students go into journalism. I've had students go into law. I've had students go into investment banking. Two former students of mine run a hedge fund. One of them started it, and then some years later, the second student, whom I recommended to the first student, wound up joining the hedge fund. So there is almost anything you can do with a literature major, because it really hones your abilities to interpret language and harness the power of language, and to think clearly and precisely, and to write clearly and precisely and forcefully. So all of those elements bode well for almost any profession you want to eventually choose to go into, including if you so dare to go into a graduate study in English literature. You would be very well prepared, and to go on to a PhD program, and we've had students do that also. So that is that's a basic overview of the department and the program. And I just wanted to allow plenty of time for you to ask me questions if you'd like. I think I may have lost somebody here. Any questions or thoughts about majoring in literature? We call ourselves, by the way, a literature department because we teach literature, both English literature, and we teach literatures other than English. So we don't quite call ourselves a comparative literature program because that's not exactly what we do. But we have courses in Russian literature, in other literatures of Eastern Europe, and we have also courses in classical literature, Greek and Roman, ancient Greek and Roman literature. We have a course on the Bible for students of literature, so that there is a broad spectrum of things offered that are often not able to be offered strictly by English departments. And many students also major in, decide to double or dual major in literature and another major. That is, they may major in anything, they may major in a related field, such as philosophy, and combine that with a major in literature, or a very disparate field such as economics, or mathematics and literature. So we've had students do that also. So there are any number of combinations that are, not any number, but a number of combinations that are quite possible. Michael, did you have any questions? Any comments?
Yeah, if you guys have any, like you mentioned, questions. Oh, there's some coming through the chat. So I was going to say you can type them through the chat or unmute yourself. But yeah, I see that there is one in the chat right now.
Okay. CMC offers courses in Asian languages, but we don't do that in the literature department. The Department of Foreign Languages offers, I think, Korean, has extensive offerings in Korean. Okay. And possibly Chinese, but I'm not sure about their department on that count. But we don't offer primary courses in language, in foreign languages. That's offered by the foreign languages. Those are offered by the foreign language department.
Hi, Professor.
Hi.
Oh, sorry about I was having some internet issues. So I have a question because I'm interested in studying films at CMC, and I know the film studies is part of the leadership department.
I should have mentioned that. Yes, we have a very strong film studies program, which is run by Professor James Morrison, and there are numerous offerings in film classes, not only by Professor Morrison but by other professors in the department. So yes, there's a lot of film.
What do you think are some opportunities for literature major students at CMC?
What kinds of opportunities are you referring to?
For example, internships. Which companies are more interested in CMC literature students?
Well, I'm not an expert on internships, but our students get them. That is, literature students get them, and they get them because they can write. So that's the opportunities for internships for literature majors are as broad and as deep as they are for any major. I've also had students get prestigious internships at fine literary magazines such as the Paris Review or for the Los Angeles Times. So our students are very involved in getting internships.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Other questions? What did you like to read what did you read in secondary school? What did you read in high school? Yeah, what were your literature classes like?
For me, I'm taking IB English language and literature, so I think my classes are more grounded in like the real world. And so we will like examine, like, for example, magazines or videos or like advertisements, like as a part of the literature class.
I see.
Yeah.
Many of our students most of our students, in fact, study abroad at some point or another. And those programs are offered not so much through the department, but through the college. Students apply to various programs, and but we always have students studying abroad.
Okay, it's me again. Sorry. So I'm planning to like double major at college. So like, what are some common double majors for like literature major students?
Well, it can be anything. There's students who double major in related fields like literature and history or literature and philosophy, but we also have students who double major in literature and economics or literature and mathematics. So there are people who do double major with disparate subjects, and there are people who double major with what I would consider to be related subjects.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, the great thing about a literature major, as I said, is that is what it does for your writing. We have some students who go to graduate school in literature, but people go to graduate school in different areas from the literature major. I mean, for example, if by graduate school you mean doctoral programs, yes, we have students who go into doctoral programs in English. And we also have students who go into professional schools such as law school or medical school. It's a superb major for someone considering law school because of the emphasis on reading and interpreting difficult texts. But we prepare our students fully for doctoral programs. Other questions? Well, if you have any questions as they come up, you can email me, and I'd be happy to answer your questions in an email or yeah, there are opportunities to work with the film industry. Obviously, those internships are not easy to get, but students do get them. And we have people teaching writing in our department who have written for the entertainment industry. and some of us have considerable contacts in the entertainment industry, so that we can point them in the direction of people in the industry to get internships. That is, when I say the industry out here in Los Angeles, the industry means the film industry. That's what the industry is in Los Angeles. One of the people who I used to run an institute here, the Gould Center, which is a humanities institute, and I have some contacts with the executive producer of the show Homeland, and which just finished its multiple season run. And 24, a fellow named Howard Gordon was on our board, and the Gould Center. So we do have contacts. And as far as writing for, television comedy shows, those are very hard internships to get, but we know how to encourage students to help them find the right connections for those internships.
Professor, like what classes do you teach?
Well, I teach, this fall I taught a seminar on the poet Emily Dickinson, and I taught a survey course on American writers from the 17th century through the 19th century. But I also teach courses on Melville, Frost, the relations of science and literature. I teach a course called The Bible for Students of Literature. So a pretty broad range of American literature courses. I teach a seminar on Robert Frost. A lot of my own research has been on American poetry and Robert Frost. So those are some of the courses that I teach.
So if, like, for example, a student wants to conduct a research with the professors, will they have the opportunity?
Yes, it's very easy to do. You just let the professor know that you'd like to do research with them. And it can either be a project that you are focused on, or it's something that maybe the professor's focused on that you want to help them with. And there's usually funds to help subsidize those opportunities. Both through the department and through the Gould Center for Humanistic Studies.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. As I said, if you have any additional questions, you can email me. And if necessary, we can set up another Zoom meeting to discuss aspects of the literature major or your interests. But it's a great major, and it's a superb department. The humanities departments at CMC are very strong, and it's a great thing to major in.
Yeah, the humanities department is my top interest.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, if there are no further questions, then I guess I'll end the session. But as I said, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I'm at rfaggen@cmc.edu. You can find my email address online, I'm sure, and I'd be happy to converse with you further.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.